This is in the Intercept, and the capitalists keep just kind of admitting the quiet parts out loud. This by Ken Klippenstein and John Schwarz. Real estate CEO: recession could be good if unemployment puts employers back in the driver's seat. The executive told Wall Street analysts that joblessness could help companies bring people back in the office where they want them. The CEO and president of Douglas Emmett Incorporated, a real estate corporation worth over $3 billion, and based in Santa Monica, California, said on an August 2nd corporate earnings call that a recession could be good for the commercial real estate business if it comes with a level of unemployment that puts employers back in the driver's seat and allows them to get all their employees back into the office. The executive, Jordan Kaplan, then repeated that the thought would be that unemployment would be up, and therefore employers would be in the driver's seat to bring people back in the office, which is where they want them. Rather than that, Kaplan added, I would not be pleased to have us going into a recession. He noted that recessions are a revenue-hitting activity. And if my tenants are feeling the impact of recession, then I can't imagine how I think that's good. Oh my God. Revenue-hitting activity. Recessions aren't bad because it's catastrophic for millions of workers who have their livelihood, severely attacked. Recessions are bad because it's a revenue-constraining activity. That's why. Boy, they are just so comfortable saying these quiet parts out loud, you guys. And I think that's what's really absurd to me. Obviously we all expect and understand that this incentive structure exists and that these, executives and shareholders and board members of these corporations are going to feel this way. We all kind of accept and understand that, right? Accept's the wrong word, but we, accept it as reality, I should say. What kind of continually blows my mind is just how comfortable they are just publicly saying this kind of shit, where they know that the press is going to be able to get their hands on it and report on it. And they still just say, recession could be good for us. Could be good for us. It's a condemnation on our entire society that those people can go out to a polite dinner after that. It really sincerely is, you guys. I know there was lots of debate about Supreme Court justices and politicians and when you should and shouldn't protest them. They should not be comfortable when they are treating us how they're treating us. They shouldn't be comfortable. So, same with these CEOs who are willing to say these kinds of outrageous things. Recession equals good for the real estate industry. Absurd, ridiculous. And kind of along those same lines, I'm sure that some of you saw that Jerome Powell made some statements about their attempts to combat inflation. And we've covered quite a bit that there is no evidence that raising interest rates actually does combat inflation. But setting that aside, there is one thing that we know these actions will do. And the Fed is, again, trying to kind of tap dance how they're saying that. This is Jordan Sheridan retweeting it. So I'll start with the original quote from Jerome Powell. He says, while higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor market conditions will bring down inflation, they will also bring some pain to households and businesses. These are the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation. You guys understand what that means, right? You all have to take a hit. Not the wealthy. You all have to take a hit. Jordan retweets this and says, translated from Federal Reserve Chair, we're going to facilitate millions of people losing their jobs rather than do something about criminal corporate price gouging, the real driver of inflation. I cannot emphasize this tweet enough. If I could retweet it 1,000,000 times, I fucking would. Corporate market manipulation and price gouging is the primary driver of this inflation, and anyone who ignores that in their analysis in order to attack working people or attack student debtors or any of those other groups, right, that are not responsible for this, nor are they benefiting from this like the corporations are, I think is being completely disingenuous in their analysis, and I don't think should be taken seriously. Great job by Jordan there of pointing that out. Jerome Powell basically telling working class people to get shafted so that we can fix the inflation that has nothing to do with them working. Nothing to do with anything that they are doing, and everything to do with corporate greed.